crap. Is it storming? We're supposed to record a Best Ball episode tonight. Should have checked the fantasy forecast. Good thing I've got Bigz and Grindberg. Let's go, Best Ball. Woo! Welcome in right there. Almost flawless start this time. The video went to go back again.
Well played, sir.
Welcome in, everybody. This is the Fantasy Football Network. You are watching Too Much Best Ball, and this, of course, is our second live stream Best Ball draft. I've got Grindberg and Bigz, the hosts of the Fantasy Forecast, and what, the 10 other shows y'all are rocking right now? How y'all doing?
Yeah, tonight? Something like that. I'm doing good. I'm Grindberg. I mean, he's Grindberg. I'm Bigz. Grindberg's doing great. How am I doing, Grindberg?
I think you're doing awesome. You had a really, really busy day, putting out big content with none other than Andrew Cooper. So I'm excited to see that and how that turned out. Tight end guru Andrew Cooper is on the Dynasty Pulse, so it's going to be awesome to see that.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so you guys are going to be stealing all the tight ends. Is that what I'm hearing?
We're about to right now.
I usually do about 2 or 3 in my stack. We're going to see like a 6 tight end team right now, aren't we? The real
depends on the scoring system. Because even before today, I did have a tight end premium best ball strategy, courtesy of some of the guys on the internet, and worked out pretty good in a charity league I was in. It's basically like supercharged tight end. It's not like robust tight end. It's supercharged, and I did pretty well with it.
I actually joined a redraft league with Chuck Bass, who's in the industry. He created a league with 2 tight ends and a flex. This was the most ridiculous ass backward draft I had ever done. We're seeing tight ends going like first, second, third round. Like some guys are going straight 3 tight. It was the dumbest and most fun league that I've done in a while.
Yeah, I was in the Bass Bash, and
okay, you're in the other one. Nice.
Yeah, that was all quarterbacks. So that was fun.
I was bastards. Is where we were.
No, Chuck Bass is friend of the pod. I had him on my personal show, and had a nice long interview with him. He's a super good guy, and before the Expo, I'm gonna try and hit Nashville, stay there for a couple days before I go up to Canton, and I hope to hang out with Chuck a little bit.
Hell yeah! Yeah, he was my buddy my first year at the Expo. We kind of latched onto each other as rookies, and it was a good time. We drink a lot more beer than I intended, that's for sure.
Is that possible?
Never too much beer. Come on. There's never too much beer. There's too much Brian, but never too much beer.
Hey, we're figuring the show out right here, aren't we? Well, everybody, as great as this banter is, we're going to give you a little bit of fantasy football today, just a little bit. We do have a draft going right now, or trying to get going. We've got 4 more people we're looking. Go ahead and hop on Twitter if you're looking for that link, or in the description on the YouTube page. Looking for just a few more. Oh, says we're waiting on 3. We need just a couple more. We'll give it a few more minutes, see if we can get that filled out. Until then, I got a question.
More banter.
If you guys had to have only knees or elbows, which one are you keeping?
Well, I've gotten much farther with my elbows than my knees in my life, so elbows have been less problematic for me. Let's go with the elbows.
Keeping the elbows, okay.
I've been known as a brown noser, so most people would think that I would need my knees in my profession. So I'm going to say I'm going to keep my knees. So
keeping the knees. I'm kind of with Bigz on this one. I'm a taller guy. My knees kind of went to crap during puberty, so they haven't really treated me well. And I just couldn't imagine trying to eat without elbows. So I'm going to ditch the knees and keep the elbows, I guess.
I've had nothing but problems with my knees and ankles my entire life. So like growing up playing catcher, I developed Osgood Slaughter's disease when I was hitting puberty, and I've ripped my knees apart. I've had surgeries, patellar tendon replacement, like a Tommy John for my knee where they drilled holes in my kneecap and strung it like cadaver tendon. They like restrung it. Ankles, I've sprained both of them probably 20 times each, starting in Pop Warner football. So elbows haven't been that bad. So if I have to eliminate some, my elbows are going to get me farther now. So.
Gotcha.
You guys have convinced me. Elbows
No,
is
you
the 101
teams.
now. Yeah.
No, Mike. Sorry, no takesy backsies.
Yeah, we already locked you in.
Too late.
Yeah. Oh man! So like I said, we are looking for just 2 more people to hop in this draft. If you do want to hop in here, take our money, please hop on in here. I'm trying to take some of. I think we got Tyler in here. It's like Bradley. We got a handful of guys.
Where's
in
the
here.
link?
I put it in the chat here, here in the stream, or it's on the tweet I put out earlier, or the X I put out earlier. Still haven't figured out that.
No. We're not doing that. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oop, there it is.
Nope.
You're not an Xer?
No, never. It is Twitter. It will always be Twitter, and when he's gone, it will still be Twitter.
I was just the domain's still Twitter, so like argue with that.
Right. So we're 9 out of 12, and this is a $10 entry, you guys. So somebody get in here, and I will be the 12th team, and I'm going to steal that $64.
Hell yeah. And if you are new to Underdog, you want to help join in the fun, we do have a code for you, FF Advice. It will match up to $100 on your first deposit for all new Underdog players. So definitely want to take advantage of that because, I mean, $200 will go a long way in these drafts. A bunch of $10, $3 tournaments. Oh, I'm tearing them up already.
So no tight end premium in this league, right?
Not for this one, no. As far as the build, it is half point per reception for this. The roster, we're looking at 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 3 receivers, flex tight end, and then that 12 bench.
Got it. Now, did you know that Underdog is the easiest place to play fantasy football? Basically, all you do is you go in and you draft your lineup and you set it and forget it. You don't even have to do. There's no in-season league lineup management or anything like that. And we'll even match up to $100 on your first-time deposit.
Wait, what do you mean no league management? Like I still have to do waivers and trades and stuff like that, right?
No, you set it.
What about
and
starting my
forget it.
lineup?
You draft it and that's it.
Wait, so you're telling me I can't screw myself by picking the wrong player to start? What?
No, you totally can screw yourself by picking the wrong
Yeah.
I do that every week.
I love that you said that you're tearing it up right now, and I'm like, it's April.
I can't stop. I can't. Like, I'll come home from work, I'll sit in the backyard, throw the ball. Oh, we're looking for one more person. Bigz, you want to grab it?
Mine said 9 out of 12, but here I
we're
go.
Full. We're full, folks. We got a 60-second countdown clock, but
we got some sharks in here. Jack Lucane.
It's not Shark Week. Why we got sharks in here?
Razorback 12. Woo Pig Suey. Shout out. Brian Harmon. I don't know if we're ever going to beat him.
No, he's not very good.
Oh, well then I'm not worried about it. And I dropped in at the 110. Great.
Nice. I'm actually loving it. I got the 108. I legitimately want to pull it up.
Bye, Mike.
Bye, Mike. He got scared. I get it. We have some big, tough champions in this league. So, we're going to give Mike a few seconds. We're going to let him get his composure. He'll come back in here and he'll clean up well.
Now, in single quarterbacks, I really hate the being in the back of the draft because I have a specific strategy and it gets tanked pretty quick.
Oh, you're gonna get a tank real quick, like first round pick.
Yeah, I'm taking Tank Bigsby with my first.
Not even Tank Bell.
No, Tank Bigsby. I'm running backs only. You've heard of robust RB. You've heard of zero RB. I'm only RB.
Dude, I am right there with you, Bigz. I actually just got done recording an episode with one of my buddies. It was his first time ever doing a best ball draft, and when I told him the strategy is wide receiver in best ball, he thought I was screwing with him. He's like, "No, man, we always do running back." I was like, "I know, but not here, okay?" So we took one early, and then I told him, I was like, "We got to hammer wide receiver after that."
Well, then he will love the Fantasy Forecast. That's a show with Bigz and Grindberg and Bigz on the Fantasy Football Advice Network, where we discuss redraft leagues and strategy for your Yahoo leagues, your ESPN leagues, NFL.com, CBS Sports. Win your work league, win your family league in redraft. We got you covered.
Okay, I don't know about that. Do we support ESPN? I left them over half a decade ago because of the ads. When I hop into a draft room and you put an ad in front of me, absolutely not. I'm out next season.
I still play just because I need to be able to do the content.
That's true.
Yeah.
Look at you helping the others that can't figure out how to switch platforms. That's a true hero right there, folks.
Exactly.
Some have called me that, yeah.
So we're talking here about wide receivers being the strategy, and I look here and I see already 3 running backs in the first 5 picks head out, and that's Breece Hall, Bijan Robinson, and the first overall pick was CMC. What do you guys think about that strategy off the gate? It's going to be a lot of value there in these wide receivers, especially if you hit 2 in a row.
Yep.
It definitely puts me in a position where I don't want to take a running back, or like Kyron Williams is still there. I'd probably roll the dice with him, but outside of that, I think they left me so many wide receivers on the board. It's hard not to take one.
And Zamir goes.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Good Lord. That means that you had your choice of it was either going to be Jefferson or Chase. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I got Amon-Ra sitting right there. Oh my gosh. Should I build up the suspense? No, we're going to take Jamar Chase here. I feel like at 108, if I'm getting Jefferson or Chase, I'm happy with that pick every day.
I'm really hoping this guy takes a running back.
You got your eyeballs on that sun god? That solar eclipse wasn't enough for you?
I'm going to let Mike Grindberg make my pick for me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Seeing how I'm up here in Canada and I don't have this luxury of getting this underdog on here. So underdog, hear me out. You need to be everywhere.
Yeah. And
right north,
all right, so
with the 10th pick,
exactly.
the Kalatoba Border Patrol selects.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, we're gonna have to go with Puka Nacua.
I was gonna say that's not even a, but I don't want him, Mike.
Wow.
All right, and I know who I'm looking at next.
Me. I see you staring at me. Come on, focus, Bigz. We got a draft.
Touche.
All right, looks like we got Bradley coming up here. Coming down to the wire. Who's he taking?
My guy's
got to
gonna
be AJ
be
Brown
there.
here.
No way. I'm fading AJ this year. He is on a fade list for me for a lot of different reasons. I'd much rather have Garrett Wilson ahead of him. I'd much rather have Drake London ahead of him this year. Being those guys for sure.
So with you said Garrett Wilson there. Is there, I guess, no fear at all with Aaron Rodgers? Just another year older, coming back from the Achilles. Like, are we still going to get
2 running backs?
Well,
Wow.
That's incredible, Bigz. They're going to be seeing some value here. I think Aaron Rodgers is in good shape to succeed. He doesn't need to be as prolific as he has been in the past. Garrett Wilson just needs somebody capable of getting him the ball, and we saw that in his rookie season. He had a huge rookie season, and I think last year was just an anomaly. And I think he's set up to be a bounce back in 2024 for sure. What are you doing here, Bigz?
I am going to make sure that I attach myself to somebody who's not coming back around.
smart? Yeah, wow, Neighbors over Marvin Harrison.
Yeah,
Neighbors
man.
over
We're all about
Marvin
that.
Harrison.
We're all about that. Us. We are Neighbors truthers. Yeah.
Is there a favorite team that
100%.
you guys are hoping to see him fall to?
Not the Chiefs. Where do I want him to go? I would love to see him paired with ARSB in Detroit. I would love to see him paired with Olave in New Orleans. I would love to see him in Tampa. And
Oh my God, I'm tilting. H-Chain or London, H-Chain or London.
London.
That's not hard.
That's an easy one, my friend.
Yeah, but when there's that last
now you're getting
elite running back.
Speaking of Garrett Wilson, I saw a great tweet today that said something about questioning. If I have, it was a quote from. It was a very conspiratorial quote from Aaron Rodgers talking about how he fears for RFK Jr.'s, or whatever his name is, the guy who's running for president. He fears for his life because his dad was assassinated, and the guy tweeted, "If I have to rely on this guy's arm to get Garrett Wilson the ball, that's not a position I want to be in." I agree.
Yeah, London was a favorite of mine. I mean, I'm so excited for what the Falcons can do this year. I really think that they're going to easily be a top 10 offense. So,
oh, for sure.
Big fan of what they can 100%. Do this year.
See, and I can't even trade up like this. Wait so long. Watch all these guys go.
Yeah, I swear every underdog, or not every, but 50% of the underdog drafts I've been in this year, I swear it's that 112 I keep getting. So the amount of time that I have to sit there and wait, and then I end up forgetting that I'm on the clock, and all of a sudden my phone's just like shaking violently, like, pick this guy! Yeah, it just never ends well.
I also don't like the slow reveal of who they took. Like, right. Suddenly your cue shifts, and you're like, wait a minute, who just left? And then you see a circle, and what's happening?
We did see our first quarterback come off the board. Josh Allen goes at 2-7.
I mean, if you're going to take a quarterback in the second round, take Josh Allen.
Yeah, agreed. Even after everything that went down, he is still the force to be reckoned with. You know, he even after offensive coordinator change halfway through the year, he was still the same producer. So you can't take the Diggs situation. They're going to bring in somebody there, and it's going to happen. So, you know, Josh Allen is not going to lose his value by any means.
No, I don't think so either. His rushing floor is just so high that if he doesn't pass as many touchdowns, he's just going to rush him in. So I'm not concerned.
Jack attack. Our homeboy Jack Lucene is on the board here with a double pick. He goes Diggs because he's been high on Diggs. He thinks he's going to be a top 5 wide receiver this year. I heard it from his mouth. What do you guys think about that?
He may be high on Diggs, but he's high on something.
Yeah, I think so too, yeah.
We got jokes, fellas. We got jokes.
He has that good Canadian chronic. That guy knows his stuff, but Diggs is a little bit of a reach for me at 5. We talked about it on his podcast this weekend, and yeah, we had some words to say, but he had some good points, and it'll be interesting to see how he does and how he fits in that offense.
And I will say, too, Jack's sitting there on the turn with the 212 and the 3-1. So, you know, reaching a little bit for your guy, sometimes that's kind of that position you get stuck in. So, all in all, maybe I won't tear him apart too much on that one.
No. Like, look what he's got. He's got Diggs, Henry, and McCaffrey. That's a pretty solid start there. In like when you look about that, like, I mean, that's a pretty solid start in 2019 if you think about it. You know, but we're 2024 now, so you know. Things have changed a little bit, and it'll be remain to see what happens there. But I like both those guys' situations. Derrick Henry going into a really good situation in Baltimore. I think he's gonna take a really good lion's share of that workload, and it'll be interesting to see him in a really high scoring offense where he's gonna have a lot of opportunity. What do you think his ceiling is for touchdowns this year for Derrick Henry in that offense?
I mean, a LeGarrette Blount 18 touchdown season, I do not think is out of hands for Henry at all.
Biggs, has he hit his age cliff? Do we know yet?
Does he have an age cliff?
I'm trying to get myself back into the draft. Why am I out? What happened?
I'm on the clock, so you got 2 more picks. I'll kind of stall out here to make sure you can get back in time. A lot of wide receivers sitting here: Nico, DJ Moore, Waddle. I've got a problem. I've got a really bad problem, and I love Pittman. No, I'm gonna go Waddle.
Where do I find it?
Go into the drafts tab, and then from drafts, it should have active on the left side.
Dang it. Okay.
You got 18 seconds. You're on the clock.
Damn it. I'm on the clock. Damn it.
No. 18 seconds. Don't worry.
Oh, until I'm on the clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
What's the top of the board?
We're looking at Nico, DJ, Michael Pittman, DK, Devonta Smith, and is it my turn? Is it my turn to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're up.
You're on the clock.
Got 2 wide receivers already. And he grabs a third, Michael Pittman. Love it.
I mean, I was staring down the barrel at a whole lot of wide receiver 2s. So what do? I went wide receiver 1.
Yeah. My guess is Biggs' next pick. I'm gonna write it down on a piece of paper here, okay? And I will show it to the board after he picks it if he gets to him. Okay? I got it right here. It's on the other side of this notepad, folks. Okay? Now, I'm pretty sure I know what's happening here with Biggs.
Got to read his mind there.
We got Z-Bear with the double down. Okay? And then, Metcalf, Cup. Okay, now we got Bradley.
And then just sliding back, we did have 2 tight ends go back-to-back. Laporta and Kelsey went at 4 and 5 in the third round, and then Jalen Hurts went 3-7. Tight ends are starting to move a little bit. All right, Bradley, come on, pick. I'm excited to see what Biggs gets. What is Big Boned going with? Did Grindberg get it?
Oh, he got it. The only question now is, am I going to go against type just to make him wrong?
No.
Fine, I was going to take Odunze.
All right.
But instead I'm going with the guy that Mike wrote down.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. But it was. I saw him on the. I didn't see Pickens on your board, but I had.
Oh, you wrote Flowers?
No.
No. I'm 0 RB, baby.
All the way down, you have three wide receivers. That's why I thought now you have a fourth one. I like Pickens. I love that his situation this year. I've been against the grain on Pickens all throughout the last season, but I'm really coming around to him. I see a lot of really big situations in his future. So look for George Pickens, folks, to do it. And Biggs on the fantasy forecast last week had a little blurb about George Pickens, and if you haven't seen it, you should tune into that because it's must watch YouTube because he definitely broke it down, and he's.
That's why there's no table talk.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I had to grab a Dunze. I had to get a share of that those rookie wide receivers.
So I'm on my mobile. That's how they say it in the UK. That's Britain for you guys that don't know England. But Mike knew that because he loves the king. But I don't have like a lineup thing in front of me. How many do we start at each position and all that stuff?
So you've got starting lineup will be 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a flex, and a tight end.
Oh. I might not have taken a 4th wide receiver then if I had known that, because I don't think this guy's going to last. Boo. Oh, I forgot. This is best ball. Stacks! Let's go stacks!
Stacks on stacks on stacks. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely trying to plan mine out here. Just trying to figure out which direction I want to go.
So can you guys explain to everybody why stacks are important in best ball and why they don't mean much in like a dynasty league or like a redraft league? Why are stacks such a big important thing in like a big tournament play like this?
Biggs, you want to take it?
Sure.
I'm like,
basically,
do we know? Do we even know?
Basically, what you're doing is you're looking to maximize your total number of points for the week. Which, I mean, yes, you're trying to do that in head-to-head too. But this isn't head-to-head. This is more like rotisserie. So if you have a quarterback that absolutely goes off for 30 points and then you have a wide receiver who has 35, 40 points with him, then that's going to be much bigger than if you had a quarterback that had a good week and a wide receiver that had a good week. The chances are you want to spike. So the chances are if you have a guy that goes off, an accompanying teammate is going to have gone off too.
Yeah, so grabbing correlation
it's like having
between...
a nice... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I ruined a joke.
Go ahead, Brian.
Ruined it. No. No, I was just going to say, yeah, it's all about, grabbing those quarterbacks and wide receivers, the tight ends, kind of grouping them together. But it also kind of plays into it. If you have pass-catching running backs, those guys aren't bad. Like a Derek Carr and an Alvin Kamara is a good stack just because he's going to be passing it there. Or maybe if you have like a David Montgomery, because you don't always want to get the wide receivers, quarterbacks, and running backs, but a David Montgomery would be a good one to pair up if you're going in a certain direction with some of those guys, just because, getting Gibbs early and all of those, like Laporta, it's just not going to happen.
You know what? I am dumb. I told you that earlier, Brian. Maybe not dumb. Maybe I just stayed up too late watching Fallout last night and drank a whole quart of coffee this morning before I did a 2.5 hour podcast. And I'm kind of a little fritzy right now. This is best ball. What am I thinking? 4 wide receivers. I don't care about the starting lineup. I want all of the guys who are going to score the most points. What? Why would I even think that?
We got rookies in here, folks.
Why would you?
That's why you should have jumped in with us, everybody. Could have been taking Biggs' money.
Right. Well, not at this point. And there's...
All right, Hartman, what do you got? Got?
So I've gone 4 straight wide receivers. I'm going to hold out on running back because I'm going to wait a little bit. I've taken so much Anthony Richardson. That's kind of the reason I passed on Michael Pittman, just because I just finished the draft before we hopped in here. So I don't want to do that. I'm going to go Trey McBride, though. I don't have really a whole lot of him. I want to get a big, beefy tight end, and I think he's going to get it done for me this year.
Yeah, I love Trey McBride. I love the situation. I loved his end of last year. Some touchdown regression is going to happen. Uh-oh.
We have regret, everybody. We have regret. What's happening?
I took Drake London.
Yeah.
Why didn't I take Kyle Pitts? Where's my Falcons score? It's
a good question.
The questions are all being answered. And folks, next time we do a best ball draft, get in here. Easy money over here. Boop. We got to put it all together. And that's why we're doing these early drafts, so that we can really hone our skills in for when it really matters. Now, Big Boned, Anthony Richardson snipes his buddy over here. How do you feel about that one there, Too Much Brian? Do you think that was a good move? Do you think he was being very friendly to you, knowing that you wanted him next?
Hey, I think it's a nice stack, having Richardson and Pittman over there.
He took Odunze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to get you back.
It was... Yeah, I love it. I love the camaraderie here, boys. Let's keep it going. Now, let's look at this interesting board now, because it is rainbowed. It is a rainbow board. You got a lot of tight ends, a couple running backs, some wide receivers, and some quarterbacks on that board. So where are we headed now? Like, what's the strategy now that there's such a wide range of players available? Now you're just trying to fill a roster, or are you still trying to get the best player out there that's going to score the most points?
Yep. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think it's kind of...
trying to get the best. Yeah.
It's nice because, like, the board's laid out pretty well. We had a lot of running backs being attacked early, but then, we cleaned up with the wide receivers, and quarterbacks just went on a nice run. So I feel like it kind of keeps everybody in a fluid strategy. It's not like we have to hammer one position hard because they're all gone. A little bit of everybody's gone. So I don't know. I'm pretty excited to see how these are falling. Don't know if I'm taking my quarterback.
So Bigz,
early,
when are you going to attack your tight end here? Is it because you're not a big tight end guy, and I know that you got a bunch of intel today. So is this going to be something that you're going to play into a lot of your strategies at best ball redraft now that you got some intel there?
Well, my idea of the tight end position didn't change a whole lot. The names that I have for the back end, there were some guys that I was surprised that we talked about, but my attitude didn't change much. So I'm still going to fade tight end. I'm still going to wait because, and especially in best ball, I know that if I'm not reaching for value at the tight end position, I'm going to be able to get quite a few spike weeks towards the back end, and that's that's all I'm playing for. So I have Dak Prescott in Dynasty as my QB4. To get him as my second QB off the board as an ADP faller is absolutely a steal for me. And I guess he wasn't really a faller, was he? Anyway, Anthony Richardson, Dak Prescott, they're going to win me some weeks, so I'm happy with that.
Hey, I think Anthony Richardson has a great case to be the number one overall quarterback this year. And that is not biased because of the Colts fan here, folks. I usually set myself up low, so I'm not disappointed.
It was also a defensive pick because now the guy that has CD can't stack him.
Ooh. I like that.
So the guys alluded to my tight end thing. I had as a guest on today Andrew Cooper at Koopa Fiasco over on Twitter. And he was the second guest in a 4-part series that I'm doing, getting ready for the rookie draft, where it is a 3-part episode. Part for my website or my show, The Fantasy Burn. Look for that on YouTube. Part for the Dynasty Pulse with my co-host Grindberg down there over on Fantasy Football Plus, and also my Debbie content over at the Undroppables. So it's a big 2-hour show. I had Noah Hills to do running backs the first week. I have Andrew Cooper next. I'm currently efforting a couple of experts at quarterback and wide receiver. And we'll put that together in the next couple weeks getting ready for this draft. So go to my Twitter, at BigBonedFFB. Find me. I'll be posting those as they come. The whole episodes are going to be on the Fantasy Burn, so go to that to find those. And then the segments are going to be on Dynasty Pulse and Undroppables.
Nice. I'm excited. It's quite a bit to dig through, especially with all these rookie drafts coming up soon. I'm going to need some information.
Yeah, and since we're degens and we're always trying to find the edge, the way to get the edge in fantasy is to get into Devy. And the way to get the edge in Devy is to get into freshman classes and stuff like that. So each step is a step down the degen rabbit hole. And so I just wanted to talk to some guys that are pretty sharp, and you can't go wrong with Koopa Fiasco. He is the tight end guru. So we got a lot of good content out of that one.
Nice.
And I am shocked it took the 7th round to get Brock Bowers.
Yeah, it looks like Jack just stacked him up there. He grabbed Burrow and then went back with Bowers. Which, I mean, hey, I've seen Bowers falling to the Bengals in some mocks. So if he can get past 10, I think there's a good chance that he makes it there.
They don't.
Oh, he could be
the tight end, though.
They don't.
Tight end, yeah.
But if T. Higgins moves out of town, they're going to need to throw it to somebody else, right?
Not really.
Yeah.
Free T. Higgins.
They're not going to throw it to the tight end.
That's that coach
for
out there.
sure.
I think we will.
And that's kind of the analysis that Andrew was bringing was offensive coordinator styles and looking at ADOT and stuff like that. His criteria. So, on top of watch the show, and I don't want to push my content too much, but watch the fantasy forecast on FFAN. But go check out Andrew Cooper. He every year he creates sharp content at tight end, the tight end position. He increases the value of your tight ends that you take, and he puts out his tight end guide for free. So you can't ask for more than that.
For free, huh? Okay. All right. Oh, we're moving fast. I'm about to be on the board. 5 wide receivers. I need to get off. I need to move on to a different position here.
Yeah, why?
I know, right? I'm going to take another one. I'm going to do it. No, I think I really don't have much Trey McBride at all so far going into this season. So I kind of took him just because he fell to me and because I thought it'd make a nice little stack. Because I think Kyler at QB 10 is just a travesty. That dude is, I believe he's either number 1 or number 2 all time in points per game in fantasy. This guy just gets it done when he's on the field. So, no reason to let him fall anymore. I'm going to make a nice little stack with him and Trey McBride.
Nice. All right, Bigz, you're up on the board now, and you've got 2 quarterbacks, 4 wide receivers, and you are looking for
trouble. Woo, a tight end. There he goes. God, you remember last year when like Ferguson was almost free in so many leagues? Not this year.
No, and I reached very, very far to get him. There was no value in that pick that I just made, except for the fact that I have Dak. That's it.
Hey, it's all about those stacks, correlating those. I like it. Jordan Love goes there at 801. I got my pick coming up in a couple. Big Boned going again. So are you grabbing that running back yet? Is it time?
I am.
Oh, snap. Who we taking?
I don't know.
Mike, you got a guess?
Okay. He's going to take Zamir White. Zeus is on the loose. No, I knew that was coming. He is a big Zeus fan, coming from the Raider Nation. What a play he had in the last little bit of last year, and I think that I don't necessarily think the Raiders are going to do much at the running back position. Maybe a second or third day pick. Not much to bring in for competition there. I think Zamir White is the guy there, and I think that's a great pick on my Biggs' behalf. Biggs, what do you think about Zamir White? I know you were on Player Profiler the other day talking about it, so tell us a little bit more about Zamir White and why you think you're so high on him.
Well, first of all, he went to University of Georgia. Secondly, he's entering his 3rd year in the NFL, and his nickname is Zeus. So there you go. That's Zamir White. Oh, you mean fantasy relevant stuff? Okay. Well, extrapolating the stats from his 4-game audition for the Raiders last year when Josh Jacobs was hurt, and adding to the fact that A, they allowed Josh Jacobs to leave without locking him up, and B, they brought in Alexander Madison, who is not a factor. Zeus is going to be the RB1 in Las Vegas, and his 20 to 21 carries per game and 4 targets, that puts him in the range of 1,500 yards rushing with some positive touchdown regression, and he's going to have a big year. And one of the things that we kind of lose track of when we have the free agent period and the draft and all that stuff is guys rising up the depth chart and becoming the guy. Look at Rashad White last year. He was in a competition backfield the year before, and last year in the offseason it was made very clear he was going to become the RB1 in Tampa, and look what he did. Top 10 finish. So while you're looking at where did Derrick Henry go, and Tony Pollard signed here, and blah, 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 everybody's missing out on Zamir White, who just rose a notch up that depth chart.
So on the off chance they grab a running back in the draft, though, how early of draft capital would scare you off of that? Just, the lead back. If they take a running back in the 4th round, probably not too worried about that.
I'm not worried at all about anybody. I don't think there's anybody in this draft who's going to unseat him, and I don't think it's in the Raiders' plans to take anybody who's higher than a 3rd or 4th rounder that's going to be a pass catcher. One of the knocks on White as he came out was he didn't catch a whole lot of passes, but he didn't have to because James Cook was there. A lot of the same things were said about Kenneth Walker III, and he turned out just fine in the passing game. A lot of the same things were said about quite a few guys who, Josh Jacobs himself, was not a vaunted pass catcher and wound up close to 50, 60 targets a season. And now you have Luke Getsy, who is a running back-oriented offensive coordinator and likes to have a one guy with some other guys getting some touches, and it's going to be a good season for Zeus.
And there's no bias there with the Raiders hat on, none at all.
That's the thing. I mean, I have my fandom, but then I also have analysis, and then on top of that, I have analysis that comes from paying closer attention than a lot of other people. You know what I mean? So it's not just that I am like, I didn't take Devontae Adams, even though I love him, and if he'd probably be my favorite wide receiver as a person. But I know that there are going to be guys that I'd rather have on my fantasy team. But there are some instances where I pay closer attention because they are Raiders, or with my next pick because I have personal attachment to him and whatnot.
Oh,
but
touchdown, sniped.
You got sniped. So Malik Neighbors made his trip to Indianapolis today. I'm not sure if you heard that in your news at all, Brian, but I'm sure it's been all of the buzz. So what is going to need to happen for the Colts to move up to get him? Like, there's no way he's sliding. So, like, are the Colts in the market of actually looking up to move up and getting Malik Neighbors, or do you think that's just a smokescreen?
It very well could be, because I heard Brock Bowers went up there too. Ballard, our GM, isn't typically a guy that moves up in the first round. He usually moves out of the first round. So I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm more just banking on how good AI is, and that we can get a Laramie Tunsil bong mask on Neighbors. And if I can get that to pop out on the day of the draft so that Neighbors starts falling, that's really what we're looking for.
I heard he has a really bad cocaine habit.
Nice. Nice. Did we hear that? You heard it here first. Probably not first.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
Dirty little nose. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I really want to truly spend what it would cost to move up to get him. But at the same time, I've seen some wild stuff. If we see a wide receiver or maybe a tackle go to the Patriots at 3, just because they'd like to do wild and crazy, stupid stuff, and then all of a sudden you've got Arizona moving out of 4, I'm excited. I'm starting to get to that point where my mind's just going. I'm looking for all the fun things that could happen during the draft, and I'm sure we'll be let down.
What I really love about this format is that I can't see my team.
It's
very nice.
Here, I'll pull it up for you.
Nice.
We got Anthony Richardson, Dak. You got Goff, Zamir White, Puka, Malik Neighbors, Michael Pittman, George Pickens, and Jake Ferguson.
How do I stack everybody? So I don't normally take 3 quarterbacks in best ball. I don't think that's a very good strategy. But I love Jared Goff. Hashtag Novato boys. Go Cal.
Oh man, I've got a long pick till I come back. I really want to take a running back here, but at the same time, I kind of want to grab a quarterback and secure my stack. But I could stack Tua, or I could stack Kirk Cousins. I take Kirky. I'm going to follow my heart here. I like to be hurt. I like to be punished.
And the veteran quarterbacks are flying off the board.
Yeah. Can you imagine if you would have had Kyle Pitts
Mike,
in that
Mike,
stack?
that's not what we need here, okay? Shh. You don't think I've been thinking about that for the last 4 picks? Yes. Kick me while I'm down, why don't you? I thought Canadians were supposed to be nice.
Couple of breaking news items from Andrew Cooper today. Number 1, he doesn't like Hawkinson.
Oh. Like at all? Or just the season?
This season, or in Dynasty. When the tight end guru doesn't like somebody who's a top 5 tight end, that's a bad situation. The other thing is Fantasy Cares is connecting with Reddit to drop a contest in which you can win jerseys and FB14 tickets and stuff like that. So look for that in the next couple weeks. I might have just scooped that live on YouTube. So sorry, everybody. Go to Fantasy Cares, donate, and also go to SFB14 and sign up.
Did you guys actually know that Fantasy Football Advice Network is the lead sponsor of the Fantasy Football Expo in Canton, Ohio this summer?
Wait, Fantasy Football Expo?
Legit.
That's a thing? Wait, where's that?
Yeah, it's a huge thing. Well, it's where the NFL Hall of Fame is in Canton, Ohio, and I'm going to be there. Are you going to be there, Bigz?
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that people can come by the FFAN booth at the Fantasy Expo and talk to us because we're going to volunteer to be working it for short periods of time?
Of course.
During our hangovers?
Yes. Brian, are you going to be there too?
I will be there in Canton.
Try and keep me away. Oh, you try and keep me away. This will be year 3.
Challenge accepted.
I finally got it figured out. I know where I'm staying. I know my favorite, my drink tricks now. I've got it all. I've got all the tricks. I'm excited for this year.
You have drink tricks?
All right.
Yeah.
So we're all going to be there, and
let's get a reveal on your drink trick real quick.
Well, the drink trick is, so if you've never been to Canton, Ohio before, people, it's open container. You're allowed to have beer openly on the streets in downtown Canton, which is
a good trick.
Amazing. So there's a bar 2 blocks down the road. They sell beers for $2-3, Bloody Marys for $5 and under, burgers for like $6-7. We walk all the way down 2 blocks down. We'll grab drinks there, and then we walk into the hotel. Nobody notices. As long as you've got a glass bottle that they sell at the hotel, they don't say anything to you. And yeah, I hope anybody who's listening to this that shouldn't be isn't gonna stop me. But yeah,
get in trouble.
I would like to invite all of the viewers who are out there right now, if you are in Canton, Ohio, between August 15th and August 19th, Mike and I have an Airbnb, so come on by. But my trick is going to Costco first, and then taking the Costco. I don't know. Don't they have a Costco in Ohio? Somewhere.
Is there anything in Ohio?
Yeah, there's Skyline Chili.
Yes.
Like fancy chilies?
Oh, it's me. Crap. Everything is garbage right now. What am I doing?
Chuba.
No. I don't see anything I like. Let's
Troy.
Go with this. Ah!
Gotta love a tilted pick.
Gabriel Davis. Of
Gabe Davis?
Jaguar.
Are you fucking
pick of the
kidding
draft. The pick of the
me?
draft. I'm going to highlight that one in the all-time reels of expert picks.
It just auto-drafted my entire do not draft list in one pick. I was trying to get Pat Fryermuth, goddammit. See, that's what you get for not paying attention. God damn it.
My whole do not draft list is one player. I love it.
Oh, that was terrible. And you know what? He's going to have a 45-point week and win me $64.
Whoop, whoop.
Unbelievable.
Well, just a heads up, you will be picking in 2 picks, so.
No, I got it. I got it.
Oh, man.
If you need to log in again, we'll post the login information on the chat just so that you can auto log in every time now.
No, and here's the thing. I just did some prep, so now, wait, no, go back to that. Now it's going to go straight to the draft button is going to go green, and now I have 28 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm not a huge fan of the one that has to put up my draft board up on the share screen because I can't queue up anybody because everybody's watching is going to start stealing my guy. Just to snipe me.
That pick was courtesy of Mike Lindbergh.
Thank you.
Hubbard. Ooh, all right. So I've got Kyler and Kirk as my quarterbacks. I want to get another wide receiver stack. I really like Michael Wilson. Darnell Mooney's right there too. I think I'm going to go to Michael Wilson just because I have way too much Darnell Mooney because I've been doing way too many Kirk Cousins stacks. So,
how many more rounds do we have?
This is 12. We're going to 20. Okay. So, we got 7 picks. Seven picks. Let's see what your team's looking like. Maybe. Where you at? Oh, there you are. Anthony Richardson, Dak, Jared Goff. You got Zamir White and Chuba as your running backs. And then...
I got Puka. No, I got Jamar Chase and Drake London. Sweet.
What?
Oh, no.
That's
Neighbors, guy. Pittman, Pickens, Ladd.
I like the lad. I really like the lad.
Damn Davis. What the hell?
You picked Gabe Davis.
I didn't. I did not pick Gabe Davis. I have Gabe Davis on my team. I did not draft Gabe Davis. The
we'll blame Mike for that
system drafted him for him.
We're gonna need some expert analysis on why he was so high up your draft board. Like, a new team, coming off, a couple big games here and there, but why are you so keen on him? Is it because Trevor Lawrence, is gonna emerge this year, or?
I'm not the one to ask. Talk to Underdog.
Talk to Underdog. Yeah, it's not even his ADP. They're just moving him up because he's not even being drafted in some leagues.
Can we go back to my team real quick?
Yeah. Bloop, 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 bloop. Where you at? Bam.
Okay. We good. I just want to see what my projected was.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well, what's my projected? Oh. Gross. Why is mine so much lower?
Probably because I have 3 quarterbacks.
Oh, that would make sense. That would make sense. Because I don't think I'm going to take another quarterback. I think Kyler's going to be my starter for 2/3 of my season, and then Kirk's going to help fill in, and I'm just fingers crossed they're not the same bye week.
Oh, I forgot about bye weeks.
Which that's the kind of the hard thing. I think a lot of these pre-NFL draft best balls I've been doing a lot of 2 quarterback, which absolutely is risky. If I get a double bye week, then I'm kind of screwed. But at the same time, I like to give myself just one more roster spot to load up on a running back or a wide receiver, just because so many of these rookies, we don't know the landing spots. Guys are going to, supplant veteran players. So there's a lot of nuance with this. I really don't think there's a wrong way to go, whether you're triple in tight end, triple in quarterback, 2 of each. It's tons of strategies at this point. Too many variables.
Yeah.
Ooh, and I got another pick coming up.
So just so everybody knows, when you're at this portion of a best ball draft, you're in the land of speculation and who might get hurt and be replaced. So if you were going to take a quarterback like, say, Marcus Mariota last season, just in case Jalen Hurts got hurt, and Marcus Mariota, his points per game when he was in Atlanta was pretty high. He was, a top 10 quarterback. These are the kinds of decisions that we're making right now. Unless there is still somebody on the board who is his team's number 1 option. And I am staring down the barrel of one right now.
No! Kendre Miller was the running back I was looking at, and Darnell Mooney was the wide receiver. B-Milks 3. We're going to chat after this.
That would be called a snipe.
Oh, shots fired.
Now, there is a snipe rule. A snipe can only happen if it's the next pick you were going to make, and it's the pick in front of yours. If it was 2 picks before, it's not a snipe. If it's some guy that's on your board, but it wasn't the next one you're going to take, it's not a snipe. Let's stop using snipe so freely, you guys.
Well, then
I love your pick.
Well, Braylon Allen?
He is my RB1 in the 2024 rookie class.
Yeah, I'd like to say he's mine too right now. Landing spot obviously is going to play a lot into it, but just fear, like the age, the physicality, the upside, I'm in love with it too. I've got a fat head above my bed. Braylon Allen, just laying there every night. He tucks me in. It's so sweet.
All right, let's play the prediction game, Mikey. Who am I taking next?
Okay. You're 4 picks out. Okay. Okay. Go up the board a bit. I gotta see here. Okay. Ooh. Eesh. That's a tough one for me. Can you give me a position that you're looking at? And then I might be able to narrow it down.
Or give me 2.
RB.
Okay.
We'll make it easy for you.
Okay. Go up, up, up. I know who I would pick in this position, and I know who Bigz is probably going to go ahead with.
So write it down.
Okay.
Or write it in snow. You guys have snow up there right now?
Exact. It's almost gone. Yeah, it's
Right.
The fact
in
that you had to look. The fact that you had to look in April to see if you had snow blows my freaking mind.
Write it in yellow snow.
I was at the
I
beach
will.
yesterday. Like, polar opposites.
All right, so I had
Bing, 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 bing. We have a winner.
Roschon Johnson. There's a couple running backs I like here. Maybe not, but I think there's 2 wide receivers I like more. Ricky. I like Ricky, and then Roman. I think he has a good chance to do something, but I can't decide which one I want. We're going to make it a tilting decision, 5-4.
Ricky.
Yeah.
Go with Ricky.
You missed your pick. Oh, never mind. We're good. I got Ricky.
I thought we were going to have another incident.
No, I can't take Gabe Davis. Luckily, you already did.
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh man, so we're coming up to the close of round 14 here. For everybody who's listening and hiding their phone because they're supposed to be doing something different, you know, maybe you're at dinner with the wife and kids, or spouse and kids. Maybe you're supposed
My
to be cleaning.
kids both live in Arizona. They're both grown adults, and my partner is at Girls Weekend. So,
Girls weekend. I feel like that's what I'm having right now. I got Braylon Edwards on my team, or Edwards.
Braylon
Brian
Allen.
Edwards.
Braylon Allen.
Allen, there you go. Girls weekend with him. I can't believe that dude's 20 years old. He's going to play his entire rookie season at the age of 20.
Yeah, so is Audric Estime.
Is he really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I didn't realize that. He's the one that had the rough combine, right?
Estime?
Yeah. Was he the one with the bad
yes.
40 time?
Yeah, but, 40 time doesn't correlate to fantasy success, so...
For sure. Just remember there's a couple of guys that were significantly slower than what we expected.
I'm really puzzled. Maybe I'll search. Yeah,
So we're at the top of the order here, or will be right away. This is interesting. A lot of 2 quarterback builds, couple 1. I think you're the only one that has 3 so far. Bigz.
that's because it's stupid to do that.
Yeah, we got a couple teams still with just 1 quarterback. And look, here they go too. There's May and Fields that just went, and
But
Gino.
I'll tell you who they don't have.
Gabe
Goff,
Davis.
Richardson. All right. I will confidently never live that down. It's fine. It's fine.
He'll be wide receiver 1 this year, in spite of all of us.
Right? Dude, could you
That's
imagine?
what I said. He's going to be my championship week savior.
$64.
Bring it home, Gabe.
Yes. All right. It is time. It's time.
These 3 quarterback teams are starting to pop up a little bit more. And it is getting ugly as far as receivers and running backs.
They're all just chasing me.
Baker's still on the board, though. He's still a pretty solid quarterback. Because he, outside of injury, he's got the job. And I feel like that's what's hard to get.
Totally.
When you get quarterbacks in the in the 20s is just them starting.
I'm surprised. I love hearing dogs, and it's not mine. And is asleep on the floor.
Yeah, both of mine are upset that I'm streaming with dogs. They keep hearing me say Underdog, and they're wondering why it's not them.
Yeah. Well, it's like that doesn't sound like my dog. So if it's not Biggs' dog, it must be Brian's dog's.
Yeah, I got a couple Goldens.
Mine's depressed because Mama left.
Same. My wife's in California right now, so they're just waiting by the front door till she comes home.
Shout out. What part of California?
She's from central area, like Ripon, California.
Yeah, I know
right
where
outside
Ripon is.
of. Okay, yeah. She actually flies back Sunday. Can't happen soon enough.
I'm in Davis, right outside of Sacramento.
Oh, nice.
And my freshman year, I went to a private school, and we played Ripon Christian in basketball and soccer.
Yeah, her little brother's, I think, that's junior there at Ripon Christian. That's too funny.
Oh shit! Oh, what am I gonna do? Where am I at? Where am I at?
Get that quarterback.
Your picket. I'm gonna write his next one. Here.
Oh, you're not gonna get this one.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, where'd it go?
That's confidence right there, Mike. I love it.
I could
hurry,
be wrong.
Hurry!
No,
Whew.
I was wrong.
You did not estimate that right.
I didn't estimate that one.
Hey! Oh.
Zing!
That was, well played, sir.
I got a couple of them every now and then.
I'm gonna go back to the rookie well, Mike. Who am I taking now?
Okay, because I thought that you were taking him the last pick, so that's why. I'll keep him on my scorecard.
Okay.
It's either there's two guys.
Right now, you're sitting at 3 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 6 wide receivers, and 2 tight ends.
So go ahead and write down both of the guys you're thinking, and we'll.
Okay. One is like on the board already right now. The other one is probably won't be on the board for a really long time. So, but I know you like them.
Sounds like you're pretty warm.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, don't have a joke for that one.
No.
Swing and a miss.
Not in Canada? I don't know.
All right, we got you on the board.
And he did not go, so here we go. Boop.
So I had
Does it say trash?
that says thrash. That was pretty good, eh?
Yeah,
Boom.
you're 2 for 3 so far.
Dang. 'Cause he's down there in ADP a little bit too.
I had to search for his name. I kept scrolling, going, "Where is he?" And I have him as my wide receiver. I can't actually look it up right now. In the rookie class, he's up there in the top 4 or 5.
Nice. At this point, I'm just shotgun approach at wide receiver, grabbing rookie wide receivers. Going to see if I can get one of these guys that shows up and gives me a handful of weeks. I don't know where else to go. Wow, I have I have 4 rookie running backs of my 5.
That's a lot of
I don't think that's
running
bad.
backs.
Yeah, it's
Well,
okay.
Honestly, I think I've got actually 4 of the top 5 guys on, most running back boards right now. So
Did you take
hopefully-
Corum?
I don't. I think I took Benson over Corum.
So I like Marshawn Lloyd a little bit. Jonathan Brooks, that injury is gonna cause him to wait another year.
Yep.
So I'm not saying that I don't like your pick, because I really like Jonathan Brooks in Dynasty. That's a steal.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I'm just kind of looking for maybe he gives me those championship, the playoff weeks kind of guy. By the time he comes back, gets a few weeks under his belt,
Well,
maybe he's ready. By
guys,
the end
there
of
was a
November.
report. There was a report today that he was ready. He's going to be ready to start the season. So I honestly don't know about that. That's pretty stretchy. It's only 10 months out of that ACL injury, so I don't think that's going to be a possibility. But I mean, the fact they're talking about it, I think that's just trying to steam his draft up, his draft position up. I think that's his side looking to steam him up a bit to get some better capital so that he gets that extra year. But I don't know. Jonathan Brooks is quite the talent, and I think he's going to sit a year regardless. But we'll see what happens.
The other thing to consider is what happens to running backs if they're in the NFL and they get hurt like that. What do they do their first season back? And it's usually not a whole lot.
Yeah, Brees didn't do very good last year.
No.
Oh
Hey.
wait, I guess he did.
He did, right? But still, what I'm
he
saying.
only had the ACL the year before. Oh wait, no.
It was no, you know what I'm saying.
No, I 100% agree. But you've got those anomalies out there, and that's kind of what I'm shooting for. Brooks, without the ACL injury, is probably going to be the number one running back in this class. So, he's young. Maybe he gets to recover a little quicker. And
now, of NCAA players in 2023, he wasn't number one. But number one stayed in school. Idiot.
Dummies. Kids, don't stay in school. Come on.
Yeah. And especially don't go back to Ohio State when you get transfer portal from another top 5 guy. Like, what are you going to do? What do you go? I mean, that NIL money must be pretty sweet for Travion Henderson to not jump into this draft because he would have been RB1.
The guy, yeah.
Yeah, all the money they were trying to use on Harrison to stay, they ended up giving it to him.
Right. They already got Judkins in the building. They didn't need to convince anybody else. All right, Mike, who am I taking this time? I guarantee you have no idea.
Oh, you already got quite a few. Oh, well, you're like 7 picks away.
Right, and nobody's taking my guy.
Yeah. What are you looking for?
Let's just say I'm looking for a stack.
He's looking for love in all the wrong places, you know? He found Gabe Davis. I'm gonna beat that drum all day.
That's I'm here for it. I'm looking at a stack. Getting a stack.
A stack, okay.
He's not on anybody's radar.
Okay, okay, so you've got Goff, you've got Richardson, and who else do you have as your quarterback?
Dak.
I don't know if I would have done that. Because I'm doing something different.
You grab a couple tight ends. I've only got one.
Let's see here.
I think you're going to like mine, Brian. I think it's going to put a big smile on your face.
Alex Pierce?
Alec? No,
Pierce.
You can get him with the last pick in the draft. He didn't have to reach for him.
I can get this guy with the last pick of the draft, too.
Well, Jelani Woods. Oh! I was going to say, with every one of my Richardson stacks, I've got 19, I get Alec Pierce, and then 20, I get Jelani Woods. And you're just killing his ADP by making him jump up to 70. That's a lot, Bigz. That's a lot, buddy. Appreciate you.
I do what I can.
You know what's funny? I was going to go 3 or 4 tight ends, and I was thinking about taking him with the 18th or 19th just to try and take him before you.
I mean, you talk about a guy who jumps off the page with his physicality and a healthy year and a starting position as a guy who's actually getting targets, and I love him. I've wanted him to break out for the last 3 years, so
the dude's huge. He looks like a tree in the redwood forest. Like Paul Bunyan couldn't take this guy down.
And he was a basketball player.
Yeah.
The road to tight end glory is paved by former basketball players.
Gotta love some former b-ball players, and that's all that Ballard takes too. Like if you look at the Colts tight end room, it's like 6'7" and above. I think there's a 2 6'7s, a 6'8", and a 6'9". Like just an enormous tight end room. But when your quarterback's 6'5", 240, you need some beasts out there.
Yeah, totally. All right,
Bigz. You got a 3-4-7-3 build right now. You got 3 picks left.
And I don't like so many of these guys.
They're pretty gross.
I gotta go here, and I'm gonna do it. Talent over situation. I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
Woo! Pig suey, Razorbacks. Horrible situation. Terrible quarterback. not the wide receiver one. Made worse by bringing in another guy who's going to be ahead of him on the depth chart. Coach didn't say great things about him in the press conference yesterday. Well, he's talented. If he earns his touches, he's going to earn his touches. But I can't quit him. I can't quit Treylon Burks. I can't do it.
It's an addiction. I get it. I understand. I get it. I've got him in a couple dynasty leagues, and I just can't get rid of him.
I can't
get rid of him. Nobody will take him.
I also needed somebody worse than Gabe Davis to justify Gabe Davis in my roster. So when I look down at my points, it'll have somebody underneath Gabe Davis, and I'll be like, okay.
Now I feel good about this.
Right, distract people. Maybe they won't notice Gabe sitting there. That's funny. Yeah, I went and grabbed Greg Dortch. I've got now a 4 Cardinal stack. I've got 2 wide receivers and a tight end. And honestly, if we get enough shaken up, Rome Odunze could go to the Cardinals. If they trade out of that 4th overall pick, trade back a little bit, I mean, if I can get that Odunze stack with Kyler, woo-hoo!
I have a feeling that they are trading with the Raiders.
And Raiders are 9?
Moving
13.
up.
13.
And that's intel you got? Ear to
No.
the ground, Bigz?
No. It's just when I look at the draft landscape, it's kind of what makes sense to me, because I think the Patriots really, really need somebody. I don't see Washington doing it. I don't think the Raiders have enough capital, and I think that Minnesota has the package to be able to give to Washington to get them off it, but Washington also wants to use that pick on a quarterback. So that leaves Arizona, and I feel like a package of picks and Devontae Adams could do it, and that's what it's going to take to get one of those top 4 guys.
Interesting. Sending Adams over there?
Mm-hmm.
Or
I didn't draft him, though, so that screws up my stack.
standing pat. I like Jalen McMillan a lot. That was a great pick. And Luke McCaffrey, too. That's Brendan Rice and Luke McCaffrey are my 2 back end 4th round rookie draft guys that Lucene just took. And but the guy I have my eye on, he's still sitting there. I'm a big believer in 3rd-year breakouts, and this guy is entering his 3rd year. So,
is it a wide receiver?
I thought he was entering his 3rd year. Maybe it's his 2nd year. Was he a rookie last year?
Talking about A.T. Perry?
Nope. Why did I think he... I love A.T. Perry. Love me some A.T. Perry. Why did I think this guy... Okay. Maybe he's a 2nd year. But I'm still going to take him. Maybe he doesn't get taken first.
Is it a running back?
Mm-hmm.
Wide receiver. Did he just get taken? No, he's still...
You seem
Why
like
is
a
he-
Mingo guy. Gabe Davis, Mingo. I could see that nicely,
It was Mingo. Fine, I admit it. It was Mingo.
I'm going to take him from you. Ew, it is just so gross at this point in the draft.
I just like Mingo's ability to do more on the field than just be not great at wide receiver.
No, I get that. So we got 2 picks left. I got 2, 5, 9, 2. So I'm probably going to grab another tight end just to make sure I'm good there. I'm pretty happy with my quarterbacks. So do I take a tight end here? Or my running back? Ew, those are gross. Wow, it gets worse as you scroll. Who would have thought that?
Yeah, it's kind of like when you order your Amazon list by price high to low.
I got a couple guys I'm looking at here. Dawson Knox. I think there should be some work there, especially with the running or wide receiver. So many vacated targets. Greg Dulcich. Daniel Bellinger. or Cole Turner if I really want to go deep in the weeds.
George Kittle said that Daniel Bellinger is good.
Yeah. Well, 2 years ago, before he got his eye gouging thing, he was looking great, and then they brought in Waller just to piss us all off.
And Andrew Cooper likes Bellinger and Cole Turner.
Picked up a lot of Cole Turner before free agency.
I'm going to go Alec Pierce. I want to go Johnny Wilson, but I really don't have much confidence in the role that Johnny Wilson is going to earn this year. I would absolutely take him in the 4th round in rookie drafts, but I can't. There's not a lot that shows me he's gonna have a big year, but he is a specimen. Oh, it is me. There we go.
Nice.
Now,
there he is.
I liked Alec Pierce coming out of Cincinnati. I hoped he was going to do more, and I thought when the season started last year that him as a deep threat and the fact that Richardson can throw the ball 140 yards at 80 miles an hour, I thought that was going to be like the perfect hookup, and it just didn't happen. So maybe Shane Steichen can get his act together and hook that up for me a few times.
Mm-hmm.
I would love if Alec Pierce had an ADOT of like 40 and had like 30 receptions for 1,200 yards and 40 touchdowns. That would be... all he has to do is run faster than everybody else, and he can do that. So,
yeah, I definitely think he's going to be a guy that'll be plugged in 3-4 times at least throughout the lineup. Anthony Richardson's got a rocket of an arm, so having him back, I think, really will help utilize Alec Pierce's his skill set.
For sure.
Oh, we're coming into our last picks.
Round
pick.
20. I'm going to take a guy that Grindberg likes a lot.
Okay. Let me try and guess this.
No hints.
Okay, I can't see the board because...
oh, somebody's messing around.
Yeah. Someone's deep diving these back-end running backs.
How is Mingo still there?
Okay, scroll up a second here.
You're not going to get there, I don't think, not in time. But we got 22 seconds. Okay.
Okay, keep going down.
Keep going.
Yeah. Keep going.
It's not Gardner Minshew the second, I guarantee
you. You lost me.
Scroll faster.
Oh, Jacob Cowing for sure. My Tank Dell clone.
A.T. Perry's the only other guy I would have taken, and he went right afterwards. So I think
same.
Yeah, A.T. Perry's is a good pick there. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot.
Trey Palmer helped get me in the playoffs in my 32-team league. We're coming up on the end of it, you guys.
Yeah. I ended up grabbing Michael Carter to finish off my Arizona stack. The amount of passes he caught, even with Connor out there last year.
Oh, God, yeah.
Kind of excited to see if we can replicate that this year.
He was a big topic of discussion today in our Undroppables draft, too.
Interesting.
Somebody was very upset that he got taken.
I would have been, too. Nobody's going to take him in the 20th round. Who's stupid enough to do that?
It's a problem with being in a room full of 18 people that all think they're the smartest in the room.
Yeah.
And all 17 of them are smarter than me.
I was going to say, somebody's got to be the low man on the totem pole.
Right.
Yeah.
I went into it and I have this airtight draft strategy that Mike and I have been executing to perfection. And it's not out of any foreknowledge or heavy analysis or anything like that. It's just an article that I read once, and the fact that I'm looking at these experts just going, "Oh God, I can't do what they're doing. I can't compete with that. I have to do the opposite."
And that's what we're doing, the opposite, which is an expert strategy.
Right.
What's
funny is we have Chalk in the league, and he literally wrote a manual for how to destroy Dynasty Startup drafts, and he's been doing it, and everybody but us is totally playing into it, and I'm sitting back going, what are you guys doing? Like, he said, do A, B, C, and D to win your dynasty draft, and he has to have, everybody else participate with him, and they're all doing it, just like falling right in line. It's crazy.
That's awesome. I'm going to check that out.
It's available. Follow the link.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. It's great.
All right, last pick, everybody. Here we go.
Who's it going to be? Jack Luzanet. Who are you taking?
Sorry, Jack. You can't take Gabe Davis. He went a while ago.
Nope. I locked him down.
Is Gabe Davis still on the board, guys?
Nope. I put a ring on it. And now he can put a ring on my finger.
Wait, who'd he pick? Who'd he pick?
Stupid draft.
Javon
guess,
Baker.
Kimani Vidal.
Oh,
Pick
Vidal.
240.
Love
That's
Vidal.
He doesn't even have an ADP. I was like, I don't know who this dude is.
Troy.
Oh God, he's a.
Troy State running back. And
He rushed for like 1,600 yards.
Yeah.
Big numbers.
Oh, okay.
My team exposure 4+ Indianapolis. That seems somehow out of whack with my drafting partners here.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll let you have my boys.
That's awesome.
Ultimately, 2 stacked from Dallas and 1 from the rest of them. My bye week exposure, I have none. Expert.
That is the perfect one. Well, let's go ahead and pull up Bigz draft here. Check it out. So finally, I guess you want to run through your team there?
Yeah, I got a heavy rush upside with Anthony Richardson. I got my number 4, my QB4 in Dak Prescott, and a guy who's going to have some pretty huge weeks throwing 4 touchdowns, Jared Goff. At running back, I got RB1 Zamir White, RB1 Chuba Hubbard, Roshan Johnson, who could ascend at some point, but he's going to be a pass-catching option for the Bears, and Audric Estime, who fits the profile of a top 12 running back. Puka, who is, if you like Fallout, Nakua Kola, Malik Neighbors, who has all of the physical tools to be a wide receiver 1 right away, another Jamar Chase clone, Michael Pittman Jr., wide receiver 1 for Anthony Richardson, George Pickens, up the depth chart this year, all the vacated targets from target hog Deontay Johnson. Pickens is going to have a big breakout year. Ladd McConkey is the slot god in the mold of Hunter Renfrow, but he's going to have better draft capital and be probably a better receiver. And Jamari Thrash, I really like his production matrix. Treylon Burks, still wishing on the guy, 3rd-year breakout. Alex Pierce, pretty same. He's an incredible deep threat. Jacob Cowing is just a physical marvel. Jake Ferguson, I like to stack with Dak, and he's kind of under the radar, good value at tight end. Hunter Henry, straight up from Andrew Cooper, he said that Hunter Henry is the one guy he thinks has the ability to finish come out of nowhere and finish as a top 5 tight end this year. And Jelani Woods, add to that Richardson stack, he has nothing but potential. So I have a lot more potential than I do have solid. But if the potential kind of like pans out, then that could be a really strong team. What's the projected 27-31? So I'm kind of behind, but I'm okay with that.
Well, I think the big pick there, you actually missed talking about one of your key players in your draft.
I gave him as many words as he deserves.
You skipped his name completely.
Brian talked about him enough throughout this process. I didn't need to mention him.
Gabe Davis is Gabe Davis.
I hopped right over him.
I didn't even notice. I was so infatuated with the fact that they put these guys in order, and yet Treylon Burks is behind Thrash, even though you took Burks before Thrash. Just thought it was funny they reordered those two.
Yeah, that's sorry, Treylon. How about your team, Brian? Let's go over your team.
Let's check out what we've got here. So 2,300, significantly less points, but I only took 2 quarterbacks. I'm pretty confident that Kyler, when healthy, can give me quarterback or top 5 numbers. And then I've got Kirk Cousins that I think is going to slide into a low-end QB1 this year. Raheem Mostert is going to be the old man on campus. He's going to keep all my rookies in check. I've got Trey Benson, Jonathan Brooks, Braylon Allen, Marshawn Lloyd. And then I've got a little correlation with Michael Carter down there. My wide receivers started off Jamar Chase. I got Drake London, Waddle, which I'm really excited for a bounce back here for him. Odunze, Deontay Johnson. it's a crime for him to be going this late. It's a freaking
It's a lot
crime.
of targets right there.
It's too many. Even if you're getting them from, the Smurf show over there from Bryce Young, like it's just wild. Michael Carter, Ricky Pearsall, we got Polk down there, Greg Dortch, and then of course my tight end Trey McBride. He should be bringing it home for me. And then for a little bye week coverage, I've got Noah Fant and Daniel Bellinger.
Yeah. One of the guys I thought of taking and I thought you might want was Rondale Moore.
I considered it. I think I ended up taking Dortch instead of Rondale Moore, just kind of really solidifying that Arizona stack. But he has been I've got decent exposure to him. I say decent, more than the average person, I'm sure, on a guy that low.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, fellas, can't tell you. That was a great time. I had awesome time.
Yeah.
Everybody
And since
at home.
I went in and I put in the code in Underdog, I have like 19 more of these teams that I can draft. So have me back anytime.
Absolutely. We're going to be doing live drafts every single week, whether Thursday, Friday nights, maybe even sneak into Sunday morning one. But, of course, make sure you are going to Fantasy Football Advice Network on YouTube. We've got too much content out there. Too much. Brian's going to be there. We've got Bigz. We've got Grindberg. We throw it all out there using that code FF Advice to make sure that you can match your $100 deposit, up to $100 deposit for all newcomers. Guys, you got anything? Any plugs you want to throw out there before you leave?
Go to Undroppables YouTube and the website undroppables.com and on Twitter. Find a lot of our stuff. We just missed out on like the longest chat in this Undroppables draft. I'm still scrolling back there. I don't understand how we missed all that. Anyway, find me at Big Boned FFB. You can find all of my stuff there because I post it pretty relentlessly because I'm doing stuff all the time. Tomorrow, Friday, is my premiere of the Player Profiler Today show. Friday nights, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's not as much fantasy related. It's straight up NFL news. I'm going to be leading off with an O.J. Simpson story, and he did me a solid, and he passed away 2 days before my debut, so it gave me something to talk about. Also, if you want to hear my take on Rashee Rice, so I know Mike will be listening in. And go to @BigBonedFFB. Follow me on Undroppables and the Dynasty Pulse. Put that into your YouTube search. Also, Fantasy Football Advice Network. Mike and I host the Fantasy Forecast with Grindberg and Bigz, and we have a good time.
Yeah. Mike, you got anything?
Yeah, similar stuff to Bigz. I actually do the Wednesday show for Player Profiler Today, so catch me there. I do Chiefs Uncovered for the Undroppables Network and the Dynasty Pulse. And similar to Bigz, we do the forecast together on Fantasy Advice Network, which is starting to gain some steam here on the network. So we're really excited to be part of it. So thanks for having us on the show today, Brian.
I do Raiders Uncovered also, and I'm going live at 8 o'clock Pacific tonight.
Whoa!
I forgot about that.
Let's do it.
There's so
And
many.
then you can find me all over the place, but I'm not going to tell you where. If you really want to find me, you're going to search. Okay, people? You're going to search. No, I'm just kidding. I am too much _Brian on Twitter. Drop a little bit of everything there. And if you're looking for a little break from fantasy football, I mean, let's be honest, who really is? But if you really are, I do have a movie podcast, Too Much Movie Night. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify. We're all over the place there. Y'all ready to get out of here?
He was trying to find the perfect amount of underscore, but he got too much underscore.
Just... Freaking Bigz. That's awesome. We'll see y'all later.
Thanks, guys.